Right. Okay. Thank you, Sarah Holdway. Please, would you introduce what you do, and then talk about the Home Education Bill?
So the Home Education Bill is being put forward by the government. It's got quite far into Parliament right now. So I actually wrote this about 10 days ago. So there's been some more movement. There's been some rallies that happened at the weekend. There was a rally in Leeds, and I think there was a rally in London as well. So my name's Sarah Holdway. I'm a home educating mum. I've been home educating for approximately 18 years. My oldest child is 23. She has a degree in fine arts, and she was always home educated. I took her out of school when she was 8, and my younger 4 have never been to school. We have fought these home education bills since the bad man era. So this bill is slightly different, probably from the back of the poor girl called Sarah Sharif, who was obviously murdered by her father. There's been a lot of home education in the news in terms of home education children being hidden. And that's always one of the biggest myths that we face at the hotline, is that these children aren't seen. When obviously as home educating parents, we absolutely know that they are seen. So one point to the bill is the bill means big changes to home educating families, with extra scrutiny for those who are known to social work and early help. Children need plans and child protection plans. Families will be placed onto a register. Clubs and groups where children attend will be required to hand over names and details to the local authority. Families will also be required to notify the local authority within 2 weeks if this changes. So I don't know about others, but certainly my children might attend clubs and groups a few times, decide it's not for them, and then leave said group and then find something else to attend. It's going to mean a lot of extra paperwork, both for families and for the people who run these sorts of clubs, in terms of handing over this information to the local authority. The parts of the bill are that the local authority can now deny consent to home educate. As it currently stands, you only need consent from the local authority if your child is registered in a special education setting. Right now, if your child goes to mainstream school and you wish to remove them to home educate, that is your legal right. As well as asking all of these extra things from families, there will be no extra support dedicated to families to sort of offset. All right, fine, well, we have to give our details, but we might get a grant, or we might get tutors, or we might get assistance from the local authority. The local authority, if they are refused entry into your home, they can then issue a school attendance notice, which used to be quite difficult. They had to absolutely prove that you weren't providing an education. Now they can issue an SAO if you were to sort of say, no, you're not coming into my home. So that's the differences in the bills right now.
Sarah, can you see the little button that says present? Can you try clicking that?
Is that on Zoom or on?
No, it's on my Zoom screen. I can see that on the Canva screen, it has a little button called present. Can you see? I don't know if you can see my thing.
I can't see. Oh, present. Aha, look at that.
Can you try clicking that? Because we can't really read anything. I wonder
I'm sorry.
That's
There we
okay.
go. Present.
See if that works.
Oh, oh, look at that. How exciting.
Hey, fabulous. Thank you very
Hooray.
much. Anyone that's watching this recording, we'll send you the couple of slides. Don't worry about it. Okay, but thank you, Sarah. Keep going. You're doing great.
Okay. So families who home educate all have different reasons and lifestyles. This bill will encroach heavily on private life. Families must notify the local authority within 15 days of any changes to their lifestyle. I have personally home educated for 16 years. I've seen many changes, attempts at various bills from the government. I choose to home educate for many reasons, but the freedom to raise my children as I see fit is one of my top reasons. So I want to put to the group, what personal problems do you think that you will face? Have you written to your MP with your concerns, and have you or will you be attending the rallies that have been set up for home educating families? I don't have to move on to, just click on that. Look at that.
There you go.
So the chief point of the bill and all the bills has been safeguarding, and I think it's a bit of a buzzword within, well, most of the connectors within sort of clubs and schools and whatnot. It's obviously quite a buzzword. But safeguarding is actually everyone's responsibility. It's every adult's job to safeguard children. But first and foremost, what families who are struggling with need is support. And support can come from different aspects. It comes in various ways. Advocacy helps by listening to the issues at hand and offering various solutions that are available to the family. At the Autonomy Hotline, we support families who live an alternative lifestyle. Most of our cases are multi-layered, and the families face issues such as housing, domestic violence, and then if you add in a choice such as home education, this can worry professionals who are poorly equipped to know or understand the dynamics of how home education works. Quite often, social workers are unaware of the laws and guidelines around home education and often assume that children are not socialised, they're not seen by professionals, and then perceive safeguarding risk. We know statistically children being flagged up as a risk whilst being home educated were already known to social care. So we have quite a lot of families who do home educate, and then they've got all other factors going on in their lives. So they are already known and they're already seen by professionals.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the layers and the different dynamics in the first bit of this talk.
Since 1870, the law has been made clear that it's parents who decide what their child's best interests educationally, and the bill aims to bulldoze over that right. But again, it's only for home educating parents. It states that the local authority must refuse consent if it would be in the child's best interest to receive education by regular attendance at school. What this means is that even if the parents are able to provide a wonderful education which exceeds the suitability of a school education for their child, the local authority can refuse the parent's right to do so solely on its view it is in the child's best interest. This puts home educated families at disadvantage from personal beliefs to school refusal, and families who home educate will now be at the mercy of their local authority decision making, using punitive measures for families whose children may already be fearful, whose needs are not being met in school. And how does that make you feel? Without doubt, some families may well need more support, but we need to listen to them directly and try to meet those needs as individuals. Schools may not be the right setting for every child, and if we consider that schools also have their fair share of issues and problems, making every child's school not going to school been the answer surrounding safeguarding. As it stands, most schools are at capacity, both in terms of pupil numbers, staffing levels and funding. Families who have been subject to a Section 47 inquiry, which is a social service inquiry, will need consent to home educate. Whilst this might seem like a sensible precaution, we know that 78% of referrals to social care do not end in a child protection plan. So how can children who are known be protected? The local authority already hold these powers to support families in need. And I think that's one of the most vital things to know and recognise, that if any person is worried about a child, they can make a report to social care. If any family under social care are in need of extra support, social work have the ability to refer to outside agencies. They have the ability to liaise with the local authority and work out how these families can be supported on an individual basis. Not all referrals are bad. Some families are referred because a parent might be ill or they might have a disabled family member and need more support in the home. The myth that home educated children are not seen is one of the most pervasive myths out there. Being in the community, various clubs, on the bus, in the local supermarket, for lots of children, school is not safe, and this bill will take away the individual choice of every family. Making a plan based on a child's current needs and the environment and how we keep them safe. The goal from professionals should not be getting them back to school, but rather ensuring that they are being educated to their abilities and aptitude. Within the advocacy sector, we work by reminding professionals of the law, providing workable solutions to genuine concerns, and providing support for gaining things like an ECHP and showing examples of what the home education looks like on a day-to-day basis. Oh, sorry, that's where it ends. Sorry, I didn't know. So that's the sort of the basis of the bill, and how we help with families is that we work directly to show and support each individual family and how home education can still be delivered even in the most difficult of circumstances. And for a lot of children going back to school, particularly those who have refused school because of factors within the school setting, it would probably be one of the worst decisions that could be made for them. So that's sort of the basis of the bill. There are a whole lot of other factors in there, but it would take hours to sort of go through. But those are the main points and aspects that people have picked out that they're most concerned about. I was just wondering within the group, what other things you're concerned about?
Thank you so much, Sarah Holdway. That was really insightful. Thank you very much for people attending today. And
Yeah.
if you have any questions, please contact the autonomy hotline. I'll finish recording now.
Yeah.
She says.